Okay, class, we're about to start lesson 8. It's called Understanding Polynomials. The GED mathematical reasoning test will expect you to understand polynomials. A polynomial is made up of terms, and since the prefix poly means many, a polynomial is a term in which many parts are being combined. Each term in a polynomial may be made up of a combination of coefficients, variables, exponents, and constants. Coefficients includes numbers such as 4, -25, or 1/2, and will come before the variable. So basically, any number in front that's multiplied to the variable, that is your coefficient, or the number in front of the variable that's not separated by addition, subtraction, or division. Variables are letters such as x and y in polynomial terms. In a polynomial 45a squared b, the variables are a and b. Exponents. Exponents of powers are a way of showing repeated multiplication. This is also known as raising a number or variable to a power. Polynomials must be raised to whole number exponents. There are no negative or fractional powers in polynomials. In the polynomial 6x to the third y to the fourth, the exponents are 3 and 4. The degree of a polynomial with only one variable is the largest exponent of that variable. For example, in the expression 4x cubed plus 3x squared minus 5, the degree is 3, the largest exponent of x. A constant is a number on its own that will always remain the same. So basically, it's a number that does not have a variable connected to it. So now, polynomials are built out of all the components above. And there are different types of polynomials, including monomials, binomials, and trinomials. A monomial is a polynomial with only one term. A binomial is a polynomial with two terms, and a trinomial is a polynomial with three terms. Now remember, in the previous in 6, I told you all that terms are separated by addition and subtraction. So in order to determine whether you have a monomial, binomial, or trinomial, you have to look at whether or not it has multiple addition and subtraction values. Okay, a few types of numbers are not categorized as polynomials and cannot be present, and polynomial cannot be presented in polynomial terms. These include the following: division by a variable, which they show you examples, negative exponents, fractional exponents, and variables inside of radicals, such as the square root of x. In a polynomial term, however, you can divide by a constant or have numbers inside a radical. For example, 4x over 12 is allowed, as is the square root of 10. Okay, so now we're about to start these problems. So now we look here at A. It says identify whether each of the following is a monomial, binomial, or trinomial. Now, I'm not going to need much space to do this, so I will be utilizing some of the past scrap paper because this really doesn't take that much as far as mathematics is concerned. So we look at number 1. We have 25a, 25 times a. Now, if you notice here, are there any addition and subtraction? There is not. So this is only one term. So this is a monomial. So number 2, we have 2xy squared z. Now, if you notice here, there's no addition or subtraction. So this is also a monomial. So number 3, we have x minus 4. Now we have a subtraction sign. So we have, this is one term, and this -4 is another term. That's two terms, so that's a binomial. Number 4, we have x cubed plus y minus 1. We have one term here, one term here, and one term here. This is 3 terms, so this is a trinomial. Now I'm going to skip over, well, I do number 7. I'm going to skip around now. Now number 7, we have x over 3. There's no addition or subtraction, and there's no variable in the denominator, which would disqualify it. So x over 3 is just a monomial. Okay, next, we look at problem number 12. We have x squared y plus x squared plus y. We have one term here, one term here, and one term here. All subtracted by addition. So this is a 3 term, so this is a trinomial. Okay, next, let's look at 14. Square root of 49. Now remember, as long as there's no variable under here, they said we can have this square root. So the square root of 49 is just one term, so it's a monomial. And last but not least, I'm going to go back up to number 9. Number 9, you have g squared, h squared, I squared, and then j squared. Okay, if you notice this, there's no addition or subtraction, so this is still all one term. So it's still a monomial. Okay, so now we covered what will help you with problems 1 through 15. Now we come here to part B. Now part B, it states for each polynomial, identify the terms. Remember that the coefficient can be positive or negative. So all I'm going to do here for these terms, I'm going to do about 5 problems, and then we'll move on. Okay, so basically, let's see, this is B. So let me see which problem. I think I'll start with problem 16. So problem 16, we have 3x to the 4th minus 2x squared plus 3. Now, they want us to break this down to the terms. So this right here, remember, subtraction and addition separates the terms. So this is the first term. The second term will include the negative sign, and this is the third term. So we could say the first, I'll just put first. First term is 3x to the 4th. The second term is negative 2x squared, and the third term is just 3. Okay, and then you could also see that that's a trinomial. Okay, the next one, let me jump to problem 20. We have negative 4a minus 3b squared plus c. Now, this is the first term, second term, third term. This is a trinomial. Now, the first term is a negative 4a. The second term is a negative 3b squared. And then the third term would just be c, because we don't have to write the plus term. So those are your 3 terms for problem 20. Now we'll jump to problem 24. 24 is the square root of 25. Now remember, that is permitted, and we know that's a monomial. So your first term would just be square root of 25. It'll just be the constant. Okay, now the last one that I would want to do would be probably problem number 30. Problem 30, we have AB plus AB squared plus B squared minus 4. Now, if you look here, this is the first term, second term, third term, and the final term, the fourth term, would be negative 4. So, let me just write this here. The first would be AB. The second would be AB squared. The third would be B squared. And then the fourth would be negative 4. So that took care of all of the terms for problem number 30. Now, we go down here to problem 31. It says, choose the one best answer to each question. It says, what is the sum of the exponents in the expression 4x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5? Now they ask us for the sum of the exponents. The only exponents you see, and let me write this down for problem 31. 31, we have 4x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5. Now the only exponents that you have here is the 3 and the 2. So we would add those two together and it would give us 5. So our answer would be B. Okay, problem 32. What is the sum of the coefficients in the expression a minus 3b minus c plus 2d? Now, they want us to add the coefficients here for problem 32. Now, the coefficient is the number that's connected to the variable by multiplication. So, what we have here, we have the terms here. These are our terms. The coefficient of a here would be 1. The coefficient of negative 3b would be negative 3. The coefficient of negative c would be negative 1. And the coefficient of 2d would be positive 2. So now we combine these terms. 1 minus 3 is negative 2 minus 1 plus 2. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3 plus 2. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1, which is b. So you got negative 1b. Okay, so now 32 is the final problem, and we are done with this section. I will upload this to YouTube. Have a wonderful day.